আর তো চশমা লাগছে আচ্ছা okay we are live I was actually going after Shubhan for wearing shades in Bengal which is very foggy. Naman's also joined us from Mumbai. Jammu and Kashmir doing extremely well, as is Haryana. 293 for 5 Haryana, as we just checked, and Jammu and Kashmir 70 odd for 1. So clearly, this is becoming an uphill battle for Mumbai and for Bengal. Devashish Sen Gargiraut also joins me. Shubhan, first question. Bengal looking pretty bad at the moment. Could be the end of their Ranji Trophy campaign if they are not able to do well in this game.
Absolutely, and Nishant Sindhu played a fabulous knock. We have been hearing about Nishant Sindhu. He was in the CSK setup as well. Uh, was part of the under 19 World Cup side a couple of years back, and he's a talent that has been making the rounds for his big hitting, and that is what he exactly showed. And Haryana's batting is not yet over. Jayant Yadav is still batting, who has a test 100. So they are very much they would want to play out this session at least, and put Bengal onto the bat in the final session, and they will have the entire day tomorrow to wrap things up. But from here, without all the major batters, I think Bengal are clearly looking at an outright defeat. Buriala.
I agree. I agree. I mean, and if you see the batters in the first innings, except Ankit with a 29, Abhishek Porel with a 17 ball 30, and Shudeep Ghorami, nobody else scored. Even Anushtup failed. Everyone else failed. And it is becoming a real problem for Bengal. Naman, there is quite a build up behind you. People are also peeping, which is nice. But, Mumbai not looking too good. 130, 119, Shardul. A quick wrap up of the innings. Jammu and Kashmir looking all set to win this one.
Yes, it does seem like Jammu Kashmir batters are now set. Mumbai do look like they are out of ideas. They haven't planned well how to tackle these Jammu Kashmir batters. And these batters now, Khajuria and Vivrant both have stayed on the crease for 50 odd balls now, both of them. Scoring around 20-25 runs, and both have been tackling the spinners and the pacers very well. It seems like Mumbai is heading towards a defeat. Jammu Kashmir batters look solid in the middle. They have been middling the ball. Their defense looks solid. Everything right now looks in the favor of Jammu Kashmir batters, despite Mumbai scoring. Putting up a target of 200 plus.
Okay, so that's the Ranji Trophy update. The other update is Shubman Gill playing well amidst ruins for Punjab. 5 down, but Gill 44 odd of 100 balls out there yet. I mean, still, so that's a good kind of fight back from Shubman Gill individually. Punjab, however, facing a huge defeat at the moment against Karnataka. Madhya Pradesh, on the other hand, in complete control with Rajat Patidar nearing another 100 against Kerala, 160,
He got dismissed. He
167.
got dismissed for 92.
Ah, okay, so Rajat Patidar out for 92, but Madhya Pradesh still in control. 220 plus already in the second innings, where Kerala got dismissed for 167. So that's the kind of Ranji Trophy update. Now let's come to our question of the day. I'll start with you, Devashish Sen. Harry Brook says Kolkata smog is one of the reasons. Is it an excuse? Are you not, is it not the reason that you've been unable to play Indian spin and this is not new? And by the way, Harry Brook talking about pollution and smog plays for the Delhi Capitals in the IPL. Devashish said.
Was there a smog in Providence in Guyana for the T20 World Cup semi-final in June 2024? That time also the Indian spinners, the likes of Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel took 6 wickets for 58 runs from 11 overs. So was there a smog then in Providence Stadium in Guyana? So I think it's the England batters that they need to work on the spin bowling department rather than complaining about the smog, because they should find a way out how to walk away with against Varun Chakravarti, because they look totally out of sorts against Varun Chakravarti at Eden Gardens. So all these talks about, and despite that, it was very interesting to listen to that press conference from Harry Brook, where he said that they are all looking forward to play more attacking brand of cricket. By playing attacking brand of cricket against the Indian spin troika, they might have actually brought their own downfall yet again in Chennai today. So I think it will be interesting how their approach will be against Indian spinners, but then clearly they look totally out of sorts at the Eden Gardens, and all this talk about smog. I think it's a lame excuse for me.
Nargirav, excuse or there any sense to this? Because whatever it was, yes, production quality could have been hampered for television, but as far as the game is concerned, we've seen England and gloom. Half the year they don't even see sun. If you live in that country between October and March, you don't see sun half the time. So you're talking about fog and smog and all this. Your inability to play spin. You are in Delhi, you're suffering from this pollution day in and day out. This guy plays for the Delhi Capitals. This is how the world is. Nobody is saying this is an ideal situation. But to blame smog, as Devashish Sen said with the Guyana example, is this a correct thing, correct reasoning, or is it an excuse according to you, Gandhi?
I mean, Indian batters batted in the second innings, later in the ninth when the fog gets worse, and Abhishek Sharma was smashing Jofra Archer. So I don't know how much fog had to do with England's bad performance, but when I looked at the entire quote of Harry Brooks, I don't think he was particularly blaming smog or fog for their inability to play spin. Yes, he said that we maybe in Chennai we can see the ball clearer, but I don't think he was completely blaming the smog for the issue. I think it's just something that he said. I don't think he was trying to make an issue out of it, but that's my opinion on it. Since I went on and read his entire answer to that question. But at the same time, that was a silly point to bring up because I don't think, yes, like you said, the production quality was hampered on the screen. You could see on the broadcaster screen, you could see that the quality was definitely a lot worse than what we usually see. But at the same time, I don't think why it could have caused a problem for the batters, or because Indian batters also batted on the same, actually at a worse time than England, and they were all fine. So
Shubhan, I'll ask you the same question. So take that plus also a word on Shardul Thakur. Because yesterday was one of the best innings that one could see from Shardul Thakur. And the reaction after the 100 standing with his hands up despite facing that injury. I mean, this is what it is all about, right? It is about commitment. It is about passion. No IPL contract, no Indian team. But look at this guy doing it again for his state side. This is what domestic cricket should be all about. Shubhan, Lord, and of course, Harry Brook.
Of course, Shardul. I mean, what a fighter he has been, and whenever, even for India, whenever there was a crisis situation, Shardul has always put his hands up with the ball, with the bat. With the ball, he was known as the partnership breaker, someone who could pick wickets, break partnership with the poorest of deliveries, and that is something Shardul has gained, and with the bat also in Australia. In the earlier tours, he has done it time and again. Whenever he has gotten the chance, he has tried to at least do something from his end. So he has always been doing well with the bat, with the ball, and Khadu's mentality. I think not being picked in the IPL must have hurt him for sure. And to reply to the selectors or to answer his critics in such a fashion is a commendable effort from Shardul. And of course, talking about Harry Brook, he talked about not being able to pick the variations in the smog. But at the same time, when Adil Rashid was bowling, there was no issue whatsoever by the Indian batters. It reminds me of Graham Gooch's famous quote of smog screen in the 90s. So I think it reminds me of that particular quote, smog screen. They use the word screen when they were playing in India. But I don't think that should be an issue, or I don't think Harry Brook actually tried to put the blame on the smog. But yeah, as you said, these are not ideal situation with all the pollution, with all the smog, and we would have loved some clear air in many parts of India. But this is what it is, and that is the challenge for all the overseas batters who come and play in India. That is the challenge that they will have to accept and live on with.
Absolutely correct. Plenty of questions. Bhargav Sani, Are Boria, pretty much clear you're a PR agent of Rohit. Bhargav, tell me something. Is it necessary to tell the world that you're an idiot? It is not, right? So why is it so necessary to tom tom to the world that you're a fool? At least keep it to yourself. Let the world not know. Isn't that better? At least that one person knows that I'm not good enough. Why is it that you have to tom to the world? Kindly, just be a little more discreet, because you should not expose your idiocies and stupidities in front of the world. Naman, crowd still there? Is there hope? What's going on? Because this is an important game for Mumbai. They're third in that pecking order in that group. If they once again lose to Jammu and Kashmir, this would be a big defeat for Mumbai. So, quick ground report for you.
Definitely, it is going to be a big defeat if Mumbai doesn't come up with a plan to tackle these Jammu Kashmir batters. Right now, the fans are still hanging on. Everyone is trying to secure their seats for before the lunch break is over, and they're going to cheer for their team till the end, like they have been doing for the past couple of days. They have been there despite Mumbai star batters all collapsing very quickly. They cheered on Shardul Thakur till the evening, till the end of the day. They were cheering him on to complete his 100, don't lose concentration, and everything was going on. And Shardul did come up with his 100. And yes, Mumbai looks right now in a tough spot, but there's much more to be played. Two sessions left in the day, and the fans are still hanging on. They're going to still cheer for their team. They're still doing it, and they will continue to do it, it seems.
Okay, Laura, there's a super chat. Quickly take that, Gargi. Devashish, any changes expected? There was a thing about Abhishek Sharma not being 100%. If that is the case, who do you reckon could open the innings for India? Gargi, take that super chat and Devashish can answer it. Changes expected, Shami and Abhishek Sharma. Devashish Sen.
You cannot rule out a Mohammad Shami. Yes, obviously due to the combination, he did not play in featured in the playing 11 at the Eden Garden, but in Chennai it can be completely different because in IPL 2024 we have seen the fast bowlers taking a bulk of the wickets. 74 wickets were picked by the fast bowlers in Cheaper, compared to only 25 of them going to the spinners. So the conditions in Cheaper has changed a lot as far as the wicket is concerned. And remember, the match is going to be played on a fresh wicket. So it won't. I won't be surprised if the wicket once again favored the fast bowlers. But then once again, it will be interesting whether Shami gets picked. But then, given the way Arshdeep also performed in, it will be very tricky call because if you play a Shami, then you have to either go away with a Nitish Kumar Reddy or a Ravi Bishnoi to make way for Mohammad Shami. But I think I think that the India did not require a six bowler because such was the dominance by the Indian spinners at Eden Garden that they did not require a six bowler. And perhaps tried a Nitish Kumar Reddy at Eden Garden. So a lot to look forward to. But then the conditions in Cheaper in the last IPL we have seen it has favored the fast bowlers, given that they picked 74 wickets. So for me, yes, Abhishek Dayal, if he misses out, Dhruv Jurel might come in. Dhruv Jurel might come in. But it has been a long wait for him, for Dhruv Jurel. If Abhishek, but it will be a setback for India, given the way Abhishek performed in that first match at Eden Gardens.
Shubman, changes, possible changes, any news update? Abhishek Sharma, is he ready? And whatever you are hearing, is there a chance of Mohammad Shami getting a game today, or does he have to wait more? Thoughts?
He did not bat after twisting his ankle, and if it is a twisted ankle, then I'm not too sure whether he'll play today or not. The thing is, India don't have a backup opener in this T20I setup. So whom to open with will be the real question. Would you open with Tilak Verma or Surya Kumar Yadav along with Sanju Samson, or would you send someone like a Nitish Reddy or a Washington Sundar just to go and whack the ball around? So these are the couple of options. Nitish Reddy has opened in age group cricket, shown his batting technique in Australia. Washington Sundar bats at number 3 for his Tamil Nadu side. So uh, uh, I don't think them opening would make a lot of difference. But as Debashish also said, Abhishek Sharma was looking in great touch, and that kind of hitting, I don't think many batters can give in India right at this moment. So clearly that deficiency will be felt by the Indian team if Abhishek does not play. But they have a few options. Tilak can open. Surya has opened in the past. You can go on and ask Nitish or Washi, who Washi did not play. So you can you can bring him in for Abhishek and make him open. You will have a defensive bowler to bowl some off spin also in Chennai, particularly that is his home ground. So and that pitch always favors a bit of spin. So Washi, Nitish Reddy, anyone can open Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav. But I don't think that will make a major difference. I don't really see Shami playing again because Chennai pitch does not offer too much for the Pacers as we have seen in the IPL. But let's see what Gautam Gambhir and his think tank has in the plans for today, Buriala.
Shami, any word on Shami?
Shami bowled yesterday at the training. That's what I know. But again, will Gautam Gambhir draft him? There's a sense of cautiousness around Shami as well because Bumrah, the BCCI is still waiting on Bumrah's update. So there's a bit of cautiousness around Shami whether we have to unnecessarily play him or rush him. He's bowling at the nets. He bowled yesterday as well. But let's see whether they make any changes. Yes, you can of course bring in a Mohammad Shami for Abhishek Sharma just to put in an extra bowler in that rank. But again, as Devashishda said, you did not require six bowlers in the last match at Eden Gardens. Whether you would require seven or not, I am not too sure about it. So I am not seeing Shami play again here in Chennai. Maybe in Rajkot, maybe in other venues things will change, but not at this in this match. We would love to see Shami play. But unfortunately, they are being a bit cautious because Jasprit Bumrah's fitness is still uncertain.
Naman, before I go to Gargi, any word on whether Rohit and Jaiswal will play the Meghalaya match also on the 30th? Priyanshu and a number of people asking. Have you heard anything around?
As of now, there's no clarity if they are going to play or not. I mean, it is much more preferred if both of them play because and the match is going to be in Mumbai, and Rohit can actually get a bit more to bat against Meghalaya, even Jaiswal. But however, there's no word right now whether they are going to play. Right now, I'm trying to see if Rohit is going to come out in the next session or not after lunch. Because on the first day fielding, he didn't come out for the last session, and so I'm trying to see if Rohit comes out for this second session to field.
Devashi Sen, there's a super chat. Manoj Tiwari interview Gautam targeted, not new. This is nothing new. This is going on for about a couple of months now, and this is nothing new. I mean, do you want to have a word or just leave this because it's not relevant? Because one person going against the other, it's mudslinging of several years coming out in the open at this point.
To be leveling someone of the stature of Gautam Gambhir as hypocrite is uncalled for. Means that was a bit of harsh word from Manoj Tiwari. I know they had differences of opinion, but then to be leveling him hypocrite, I don't buy that with Gautam Gambhir because he has been a true team man. Yes, things are not falling in place for him as a coach. But then one good series, one good Champions Trophy, then all this talk about Gautam Gambhir as the coach will be put to rest. So I think and also the England Test series. So if Indian team under Gautam Gambhir as the head coach can put up a good performance in England, then all this talks about. I would like to see a comment from the same person if India does well in England.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little more restraint there. Little more restraint there. That's the whole deal. Gargi, Harry Brook is a flat track bully. Majority of test runs have come on highway type flat tracks of Multan. Uh, Thoughts on that? Maybe not a flat track bully, but
No.
playing spin is a problem. That I'll agree that he hasn't
Yes.
done too well against spin. Thoughts on that?
I wouldn't call him a flat track bully. He plays well and he plays very very well. Yes, some of those runs have come on Pakistan pitches, but that doesn't mean that Harry Brook can't play. Yes, he has some issues against spin, but at the same time he's making those runs. So you can't just call someone a flat track bully and say and completely discredit the work that they're putting in or discredit the runs that they've got. So uh, I wouldn't call him a flat track bully. I think that's a little too harsh. But yes, there is definitely an issue against spin, like he also admitted in that press conference or in that presentation that that he has difficulty picking up the line and length, And he brought up that silly point of smog, but at the same time, I think he knows deep down that it's his issues against spin that caused all that. Not, it had nothing to do with smog, and definitely has some issues against spin, but not a flat track bully.
Shubham, this whole issue about broadcast is being brought up by a number of people, Australia, England, India, etc. Your thoughts on this? I mean, do you think this is something that can be rectified because it not doesn't look too good on telly, or is this something that can't be because of Kolkata or Delhi in the winter and because of the weather and atmosphere and all of this? Your thoughts on this?
Boria, whatever cameras we use in India, the same cameras are used in England, Australia, South Africa. All are 4K cameras, and Devashish da
If
is
anything,
laughing, and
India
he
will
would
use better. If anything, India
sorry.
will use better ones. If anything,
Yes,
India will
exactly,
use
exactly.
better ones because there's more money here.
Exactly my point. And Devashish is laughing. I am sad because I was whatever photos I was clicking in Australia, they were coming crystal clear. Now whatever photos I'm clicking here in Kolkata, it is all hazy, all blurry, and I feel sad about that. And I think Devashish must have felt it every time wherever he has toured and then come back to India to cover football or cricket or whatever it is. He must have felt the same difference. So it is not on the technology, it is not on the equipments that they use. It is just because of the unfortunate air quality that we have, that we have to uh, see blurry photos, blurry or not blurry but haziness in our on our screen. So it is just plain unfortunate that we are residing in this part of the world where pollution and smog and all such things have just accumulated over decades and centuries, and now the situation is like this.
Let's take the super chat. There is no talk of Jadeja taking 12 wickets in the Ranji match. Statistically, Jadeja is a far better player than Rohit in tests. You know, you can't compare like that, but Jadeja is an absolute champion. Let's make no two ways
That's why
about
he is
it.
part of the ICC Test Team of the Year.
Exactly. I mean, Ravindra Jadeja is an absolute rock star. In Test match cricket on Indian soil in the last decade, India's wins Ravindra Jadeja. And why only in India? Think of that England Test match with that sword dance in 14 with Ishant Sharma. Ravindra Jadeja was the star. In Australia, when Ajinkya and that series happened, Ravindra Jadeja was the star. For the longest time, Jaddu's contribution to Indian cricket and Indian Test series wins have been unparalleled. So let us not, and by the way, he scored 38 runs as well. So it was an all round effort, not simply the 12 wickets that he picked in the match. On that note, Devashish Sen, has he kind of settled his thing for England? Because Ravindra Jadeja in the middle order, still as an all round option, has plenty to contribute. And he has a decent record in England as well. With the bat, has made a contribution in the past. Ravindra Jadeja, England series, Devashish Sen.
Yeah, 100% means he still has a lot of cricket left in him. He has already retired from T20 international. So these are the two formats that he plays: the one-day cricket and test match. So I think Jadeja's all-round ability, even if he fails with the bat, he will come up with a couple of wickets or 3 or 4 wickets or a brilliant piece of fielding that may affect a run out. So Jadeja's a role in this Indian team, irrespective of the formats, has been great. So I think with Jadeja, you will always pick him. You will always pick him. Means obviously there have been talks of senior cricketers role, but as far as Jadeja is concerned, he has been your multi-utility player for almost a decade now. So I think Jadeja, there can be no doubts about Jadeja being included in that test squad, and I'm sure there will be some match winning performance from Jadeja in the next couple of months, be it the Champions Trophy or the IPL. And so I see Jadeja's inclusion of certainty in that test squad. What do you think?
Gargi, Arshdeep Singh, based on what we are seeing him in white ball, plus a left arm option, do you reckon a red ball future going forward? England series, really good option, left arm?
I think he is a good option because he's shown you what he can do with the new ball as well. I think if it comes to red ball, I think that could be a specialty. That could be somewhere where Arshdeep Singh comes in and supports a Jasprit Bumrah from the other end. I think that's what's lacking. And if you have a left armer there, I think it makes your team that much more stronger if you have a Jasprit Bumrah from one end and an Arshdeep Singh from the other. Plus, Arshdeep has also shown you a lot of skill with death bowling as well in T20. But I think when it comes to red ball, Arshdeep Singh could be a handy new ball bowler. I think that's where uh, absolutely, the movement that he gives to the ball, I think that could be one hell of a skill set for the Indian bowling lineup to have. And that he's someone who can bowl very consistently. He's someone who can dry up the runs, of course. But in red ball, that it's about consistency. You have a lot of talented bowlers there. You have a Prasidh Krishna, you have a Harshit Rana. It's about consistently bowling on that one length. So if Arshdeep Singh can transition from white ball cricket and bowl the way that he does there in red ball cricket consistently over a long period of time, I think you have a really, really good opening pair over there.
In
These two
fact,
fellows
in
are
fact,
going
Bodhya,
to continue. Yeah, Devashish.
in fact, if you allow me to add something, means I would love to see Arshdeep in that England test squad. Means obviously, given because
That was the
conditions in
question.
England will favor
That was the question. Absolutely,
seam,
that was the
seam
question.
swing rather than pace. It will be all about seam and swing. And Arshdeep has also done well in county. He has also done well in county cricket, so that itself should pave the way for making him a. And I don't buy this thing about labeling a cricketer a white ball format, white ball player, or a test player until and unless you give an opportunity to a particular player. How can you even judge? Means wait for the case of Arshdeep. You need to try him in test match cricket. Means and I think the conditions in England will perhaps suit the best as far as Arshdeep is concerned, more than Prasidh Krishna.
Sam Curran won England a series against India with similar bowling in 2018. Almost single-handedly won that series for England. Arshdeep Singh absolutely, according to me, deserves a place in that England test team for India. 5 matches, getting the ball to come in. He can bounce the ball as well. We saw it in Calcutta. He's getting, maybe add a couple of yards of pace, even better. But even without it, I think he's an absolute handful. So totally agree with Devashish and Gargi there. Two questions. These two fellows are continuously being critical. Let's address them. I was ignoring them, but sports fan guys, you people are well traveled around the world. Be honest, stadiums in India not up to standard. Broadcast is pathetic. Crowd not well behaved. Australia is a racist bastion. You have seen that way too many times, and you have seen it now. I've lived and worked in England for multiple years, and it is a country where footballers will tell you that time and again racist abuses are heaped on these players. And if you think that a stadium in Nottingham or a stadium in some other parts of England are great stadiums, frankly, our Eden Gardens in terms of the outfield or an Ahmedabad are two of the best in the world. Yes, you can talk about bathrooms, but bathrooms don't impact broadcast quality. The BCCI can't go and change the air quality in India. So in that case, for you, the best thing would be to do and immigrate and settle down in some part of the world rather than talking about something which you have no clue of. The BCCI has no way of changing air quality in India. So, when you are critical, crowds are not well behaved. That's the best part. And Australian crowds who keep calling wanker and British crowds who are inebriated all day are the greatest of crowds in terms of well behaved crowd. And look at yourself. This is the problem with us in India, my friend. We have so many trolls, and in a population of 1.3 billion, the number of trolls are increasing every day that the whole thing becomes toxic. And you are not alone. There's your friend Bhargav Sani, who I called an idiot, and not without reason. He says no cameras, ask the BCCI to use better stadium facilities. Now, how on earth does the BCCI use better stadium facilities to change the air quality? Only he can know. Maybe some kind of a hidden scientist in our viewership today, which we haven't discovered yet. Last few minutes on the show, this is an important one. Meghalaya Minnow, if Rohit and Jaiswal play that match, Shubman, do you think they will play? Firstly, news point, and secondly, even if they play, will that kind of make any difference, to their records or to their form or whatever against Meghalaya? Shubman.
I don't think we should read too much if they go on to score big runs. But see, for Yashasvi, don't club Yashasvi and And but I won't club Yashasvi and Rohit in the same bracket because Yashasvi has been among runs. He's India's highest run scorer in 2024, and there's no question of form. But for Rohit, heading into the Champions Trophy, I would love him to play against Meghalaya, score some big runs just for the sake of his confidence. If he scores a good 100, he will feel good about his batting again, which has not been the case. Yes, people will say "Arey, it is Meghalaya," but for him, when he goes back to the dressing room, when he goes back to his house, he will feel good about, okay, after 3 months I have scored a century. I have in the scorecard there's 3 digit in front of me. So that I think will boost his confidence heading into the Champions Trophy, and that is the only reason why I want Rohit to play this game against Meghalaya, or Shubman to play in the next game against Bengal. So go and get some confidence. It is all about confidence. Once you start feeling good again, you will start scoring runs again.
Totally taken. And even yesterday, Gargi, if you see that Rohit Sharma innings, there was one edge which went through third slip, could have been taken had it been a test match. There was one great shot there. There was one great shot, the pull shot, and that straight six. But otherwise, it was scratchy, and he looked impatient to me. So the point that Shubhan is trying to make makes a lot of sense, because if he stays there and just bats for 100 balls, hit the ball, leather hitting the bat is in itself important. That could be one of the reasons. And a lot of people asking if Gargi will cover the 30th game. Both Gargi and Rohit will cover the 30th game, and we'll also interview Rohan Jetli on Tuesday, so that we can do a proper build up to the 30th game. That will absolutely happen. But Gargi, you agree with Shubhan on the Rohit Sharma point, or mind space is white ball, playing red ball? How will this help Rohit Sharma? It's a kind of debate that is going on at the moment.
It's very tricky to put a finger on what Rohit Sharma is struggling with right now. You know that whatever has happened in Australia has definitely mentally, sort of left Rohit Sharma in shambles. You know that. You've seen that in his body language. You've seen that on the field. You've seen that off the field as well. To everyone who was there, who was watching those net sessions, you know what usually happens is a player is looking really good in the net session and then suddenly goes out, throws away his wicket in the match. Or, as Virat Kohli did, we were constantly watching him. He was looking so good in the net sessions, and then he would go out and touch that ball again and get out. You understand there that he's struggling with that particular ball. So it's a technical issue. It's an issue where you can, point and say that this is the issue. But with Rohit Sharma, can you say what the issue is? He looks technically, it's not like he's technically looks horrible. It's not the fact that that's what's happening. He's mentally, I think, down and out. His confidence has been hampered. And batting also, the last net session that we saw, I think that was one of the most shocking batting performances that I've seen from Rohit Sharma. And after that game yesterday as well, the shot that he played once again, it was actually shocking to see. It's not like he doesn't know how to play that shot. It's not like he doesn't know how to do it. It's just that I think he's mentally not there right now. Like you said, stuck between formats, thinking of Champions Trophy, but also having to play Ranji Trophy and having to perform well there. So I think he's stuck between formats right now. But at this point, what is the most important thing right now for Rohit Sharma is to get confidence, is to get the ball, is to get the bat behind the ball, and just middle the ball. I think that's go back to the basics, middle the ball, and that will automatically give you so much confidence as a batter, no matter what level you play at. As soon as you're connecting those balls, connecting those shots in the middle of the bat, I think that will clear a lot of doubts for Rohit Sharma.
Nicely said. Very nicely said. Very nicely said. When we like, okay, Devashish, cricket. Okay, one question: cricket journalists becoming toxic? I don't think Bhavik cricket journalists are becoming toxic. I think the country is becoming more toxic. Pollution in India is like ilaichi on biryani. You have to deal with it. Devashish, in England, the weather is like that. Half the time there's rain, half the time it's gloomy and dark. You have to deal with that in England, at least early England when you play county cricket and early England Test cricket. These are factors which unfortunately can't be avoided. Pollution is something that's so detrimental for our health, but That's the ground reality. The cricket board can't do anything about pollution, or sports establishments can't do anything about pollution. Yes, they can switch matches. That's the least they can do. But more than that, Kolkata, I don't think was that bad the other night. I do think Eden Gardens is now one of the best stadiums in the country in terms of look and feel. Some improvement in toilets and all of that. I've been crying for them, but overall, Devashish, you think these are unfortunate ground realities of our time?
Yeah, obviously, pollution is a major thing that is the reason that the broadcast quality is looks poor. I won't say because we have the same facilities, same arrangements in place as was the case in Australia or in England. But then you don't get pollution in England. Means obviously, yes, you might have odd rain or the cloudy weather or gloomy weather, but as far as pollution is concerned, England does not have any pollution. So yes, viewing for the general public is enjoyable compared to what it is in India. Because in here, if you look at it, at certain venues, even for that matter, Ahmedabad is also one place where you have just outside the Motera, there's too much pollution. And so for us, the only stadium that I can say is that for us the Dharamshala, one venue where there is less pollution, but more or less most of the stadiums are affected by pollution, and and that hampers the broadcast quality. So these are the things that we have to adjust us. And Indian fans, despite that, we invariably find a full house across all stadiums wherever Indian team plays or an IPL match is held. And has there been an instance? Only instance that reminds me is that Sri Lanka versus India Test match, which somehow affected the crowd turnout. But otherwise, I don't see everywhere there is a full house wherever an Indian team plays or a IPL matches is being staged.
Agree. I think it's time to close the show on this note, but it was interesting that a lot of these questions, which ranged about broadcast quality, etc., were brought, and we've been able to take quite a few questions as well, which is always good. Uh, Eden Gardens has to be one of the best stadiums. Yeah, agree. I mean, what is this other one? Can't wait for 30th. Yeah. A lot of people are not are keen on the 30th because of Virat playing that game. Two of our reporters will be there at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. we will come back with a specific question. Devashish Sen, kindly tap into your Pakistan reportage and give me updates. You between yourself, Shomik Chakraborty, Rohit Juglan, and Shubhayan. Today is 25th January, the original deadline for Pakistan. The original deadline for Pakistan after 31st December was 25th January, which is today. Where are we in terms of Lahore getting ready? Where are we in terms of handing over of Pindi? Where are we in terms of handing over of Karachi? We need to do a detailed update at 5 p.m. Is Pakistan ready for the Champions Trophy? And then at 6:30, obviously, we will come back with our pre-match show. For the moment, that's all we have. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for trolling us. Thanks for criticizing us. Thanks for doing everything that you've done. Thanks for watching.